You good, Dustin? I have multiple students in this room that have had well over 1,000 yoga classes with me. Multiple. Has anybody ever seen me in a hurry to start a yoga class? Ever? So start there. Timeless, desireless. Let's keep it simple today. Child's pose. You know I'm notorious for changing my mind. Hero pose for asana. Feet, knees, heels together, hips on the heels. Round your hands over your knees. I'm changing my mind. No child's pose. Come up from child's pose. Hero pose. Hero pose. Virasana. Ali. Feet, knees, heels together, hips on the heels, round your hands over the knees. So this is a posture. Start to care about your basic postures. Your arms should be locked out, unless you've lost full range of motion. Your shoulders relaxed. I want the spine to be nice and straight here. If this isn't comfortable, sit Sukhasana with your legs crossed, your legs out in front of you. Please do no harm today. So everybody, close your eyes and just start a nice strong ujjayi breath. Come on up. You're in the wrong posture. Come on up. Just start a nice strong ujjayi breath. So lock your arms out. This is important. So every little thing matters here, folks. The position, a nice grip on your knees, the arms locked out, the shoulders soft. And just start to make a nice strong ujjayi breath. So over the white noise of the room, I'd like you to hear your breath right now and feel your breath. It should be like waves crashing on a beach. Some liken it to a distant ocean or a Darth Vader sound. When I was growing up, people said it's not really what it is. It's the breath dragging on the back of the throat. The trachea contracts on the inhale and expands on the exhale. But I want you to hear the breath and feel the breath as the trachea contracts with the inhale, expands with the exhale. And just take a moment here to let the mind vanish. Just turn the intellect off and be present. That's the whole goal of this, is just to be right here, right now, practicing your best postures today, keeping your eyes on your drishti, but keeping your awareness on the breath. This becomes a yoga practice when it becomes a breath exercise. It's really that simple. At the end of your next exhale, keep your eyes closed, keep your awareness on the breath, and let the breath return to normal. Finish the last exhale with ujjayi breath. Just nice, normal breath. The highest form of pranayama is awareness of normal breath, folks. Take a long, slow inhale through the nose. Make the lungs as big and full as you can. Everybody stretch the lungs. Make it a little uncomfortable. They're so full. And hum like a bee. Fluctuate the pitch a little bit if you want. In the mask of the face. So I want you to try to make it tickle behind your nose and behind your eyeballs. Like a vibration in the mask of the face is what we're looking for. It's not the vocal cords. Get it above the fence. Like flies on the ceiling, right? Like flies on the ceiling. That's a good one. I've never used that before. That's what we want, like flies on the ceiling right now. But make it a little louder, a little longer, a little stronger. Start to listen into it. Just start to listen into it. That's all. Louder and longer and stronger and more intense. I want you to feel it. Make the whole room feel your Brahmari. Make the whole room vibrate with your sound. It's not volume, it's pitch. It's resonance. At the end of your next exhale, keep your awareness on the breath. Let the breath return to normal. Eyes closed, but finish it. Listen into it. Every drop of sound, every drop of breath. There's a natural tendency for all things to settle down when we're practicing yoga correctly. We're just really using this natural tendency. That's all. Let the dust settle. Settle with it. Please keep your awareness on your breath. Open your eyes. Third eye drishti if you can see yourself. And come to a hands and knees position. Hands and knees is a posture name, and we move with flow. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, so there's a front mirror gaze. I want you all to train yourself to keep your eyes off the floor unless don't have that be your default mode. Default mode is looking up in yoga, not looking down at the floor. Exhale around your back and look into your navel. And that's all you've been instructed to do. Like there's a string in your middle back though. Really lift it up and engage your abdominals. And slowly inhale. Take a long, slow 6-second inhale, like Bikram pranayama, deep breathe in pranayama, deep breathing. And exhale slowly around the back. Just exactly like Bikram pranayama, deep breathing, but no sound. Just a nice relaxed breath here. Inhale. Just a nice relaxed breath. And hear your breath. Open up, look up, look up, look up, look up, look up. And exhale. And just settle in here. So I want you to be present with it. Here with the ears. We're not going to go anywhere else. You're right here listening. Eyes on drishti. Inhale. There we go. So this should be really simple, just a nice smooth flow here. Open up. Exhale. Let the mind just vanish into your process today. Inhale. Hear and feel your breath. That's all. Exhale. Inhale. Slow down, Monica. Exhale. Fall into the gap. Stay in the gap. Don't cheat. Indifferent, not uncomfortable. Don't cheat. Let the breath return to normal. I do that with you guys, by the way. Look in the front mirror, third eye drishti, if you can get it. Engage your core and bring your right arm forward and left leg back. I don't have any air in my body during that hold either. So long and strong. I'm not separate from the room. So long and strong. If it's healthy for your neck, I do want you to look up. Body tends to follow the eyes. I haven't seen you for a long time. You're going to hide in the back of my room. Engage your core strength. Beautiful. Everybody looks real good here. So you're doing a plank right now on your knee and on your hand. And bring it out to the side. That's what I want. So find your heart and feel here. Start to find that edge right now where, without coming out of alignment or compromising quality, where is that hard stop or hard end feel as you bring the leg forward today? And that can feel a little bit different every day you do it. Just keep lifting into it. This is called spinal balancing right now. That's what they call it now. Reach forward and back. When I was a kid, we called this, it's called awkward airplane pose now. Inhale up. Spinal balancing is what it's really called. Awkward airplane, though. It feels like you're lifting into an awkward airplane. Lift into it. I'm sorry, Steve. Lift into it. You felt like a rock, though. I like that. Once in a while, I'll bump into a student in a balancing posture. It feels like I'm bumping into a tree. I like that. Hands and knees looking forward, not at the floor. Engage your core first and bring your left arm forward and right leg back. Shoulders square to the front mirror. Engage your core strength. Some of you can bring the leg down a little bit. Some of you can bring it up a little bit. So the idea is to stretch long. We're lifting to lengthen. So you're lifting your quadriceps. Push through the ball of your foot just for kicks. Now continue to lift into your yoga posture and bring it out to the side. I'm going to be repetitive. The trick to this tricky posture, I think everybody in this room will tell you it's tricky. You're lifting a heavy weight. And you're just going to continue to lift your body weight into gravity. That is the trick. Again, awkward airplane pose. Spinal balancing, right? That's what you're doing right now. We're lifting into it. You've been doing something. And reach forward and back. Should get you practicing yoga. Stretch long down the mat. Gauge your core. And inhale up, look up, lift up. So note, inhale and hold your breath and wait. Work your heart and feel. Every inhale, you're lifting a little bit higher, opening the chest, bring the leg up a little bit higher, lift into that heart and feel. And breathe. Breath of support. Hands and knees position, looking in the front mirror, not at the floor. Tuck the toes and press back to downward facing dog. Stretch your mat long. This is still integration series, folks. Just settling into the room. Teachers included in that. We all just kind of settle into our yoga practice here. Like I said earlier, teacher's not separate from the room. Pivot to a plank. Let's keep it super simple here. Left hand to center, left knee on the ground. Look at the tip of the right thumb and rotate high onto a wall, engaging your core bandhas. So there's some key pieces of dialogue there. I want you to engage your core bandhas so you've got that long, strong plank feeling happening again through your core. And you're lifting high on the wall, not sitting in the left wrist for support, but lifted through the right middle rib cage, creating space out of both shoulders. And I have some really beautiful examples of a side staff pose here. Tim, this is getting good. And advance it. If you don't hear your name a lot, it's actually good. Engage your core, fall back. Kristen, you've got a big back bend in that. You got to get that hook out of there. So core bandhas. Jennifer's got that happening right here. Really nice core bandhas. And bring the foot down and hand up. So if you're not thinking about keeping your bandhas tight, they're not. Foot down. Just stay with me. Foot down, hand up. Everything's all good. Just settle right in here. Just settle right into this hold right now. Breath, drishti, big muscle groups. Lifting a supported posture here. This easy for anybody? And rotate the right hand down. Basically replace the left hand with the right. Bring the right knee on the ground. And look up. Technically, there's a gaze change to the third eye drishti in the front mirror and transition, but I'm not going to push that right now. Let's just make the transition. Once you know, this is a system of yoga, and once you know the system of yoga, the drishtis are more important even than the posture. You got a jackknife deal going here. Push your hips over there, and lift your back up towards Victoria. You're way jackknifed. This has to be right. You're like a 5th degree black belt around here. Absolutely has to be right. And advance it. I don't hold anybody to a higher standard than you around here. Not even my wife here. Hold it up nice and high. I'm talking to Allie. Engage your core. Be lazy. No one likes a lazy genius. Right, Kristen? Don't smile. Bring your foot down and hand up. They don't know who I'm talking to when I say that. You know that, right? They have no idea who I'm talking to. I was talking to you. And rotate to a plank. Look in the front mirror. Engage your core. Tuck the toes. Press back to down dog. And walk it out here. Right heel, left heel, up and down, just settling into practice. On the tips of the toes. You could wag the dog here if you wanted to. So I'll give you choices. You can keep walking it out. You can come on the tips of the toes. You can wag the dog. You can do a twist and shout like Michael's doing there. That actually looks like it feels good. And then come on to the tips of the toes. Now, everybody, just for a moment, stretch. A lot of y'all didn't do it, so I just want you to get a little stretch through your arches. Just get a little stretch through the arches. It doesn't have to be a long hold. And stretch them back down. Nice down dogs. Always take the time for a good down dog. Left foot to center, lock the right leg out and reach back. So even if there's quick transitions between postures, we always want to come back to a base first and really establish a nice base. There's no exception to that. Hip down, leg up. Hip down, leg up. So part of my job today is going to be really getting the very best out of this yoga room. So some of y'all need to switch from 3rd gear into 4th, 5th, and then 6th gear right now and care about keeping the hip down and leg up because I've got some lazy, really good yoga students here right now. Stretch it back, everybody. Let's get out of the shoulder. That's a big difference. Thank you. And return the right foot to the left. Wow, that was totally different. Lock the left leg out and reach back. I've got it on video, too. I can show y'all. Stretch back. There we go. So that's all I got to do is say it, though. I like that. Boom. Leg up higher. So some of you need to lift the leg. How much energy are you willing to put into your yoga practice today? How important is it for you to practice your very best postures right now, or did you just show up to kind of be in 4th gear and coast through the class? Because you're in the wrong room if that's what you expect to do right now. Lift the leg up a little higher and put your hip down. You, hip down. And then step up to the top of the towel. One big one, several small ones. Stand hip width apart. You guys are kind of screwed because I know what y'all can do. Hold your elbow. It's really true. And it's not really even a joke. I know what almost everybody in this room can do. Hold your elbows. Maybe not you quite so much. Soften your knees. I got a pretty good idea, though. Joe's with you. Feet hip width. So some of your feet are way too close. I don't want you to have to balance right now. Bring your feet hip width so you don't have to balance. This is still integration series, folks. We might just do an hour integration series. Soften the knees up. Almost everybody, should have their legs bent here, their knees bent. Almost, we have a long, flat back. I don't want you to pull on hamstring attachments. Let the hands slip away from the elbows. Toes and heels together, palms flat on the floor. Bend the knees as much as you need to get the tips of the fingers in a line and the palms flat on the floor. That's going to be a lot for some of you. I'd have to have my knees really, really, really bent to do that. Your best. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the tips of the fingers. Look forward, lift upper back. Exhale, deeper to forward fold. Palms flat, soften the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. We're lengthening the spine, releasing the sacrum. Perfect. Exhale, deeper to forward fold. Your knees can be super bent here, guys. Inhale, halfway lift. Mine would be, most of my black belts here are. Exhale, deeper forward bend. There we go. Inhale, halfway lift. It's just like cat-cow, right? Deeper forward fold. Stay there. Soften the knees up even more and release your sacrum. And on an inhale, round up slow enough. Yep, toes and heels together. Do it. Slow enough that you can feel each and every vertebra stack on top of the last. You guys can do that. When you're all the way up, establish. I'm just going to call it standing pose today. This is Tadasana mountain pose. Let's just call it standing pose. Looking in the front mirror, inhale your arms over that. Interlace the fingers, extend the index fingers, and cross the thumbs. With your chin up and biceps back behind the ears, stretch up, locking your arms out from the elbows. I hear you really well. Lock the arms out, chin up, arms back, and pull with the right arm, press your hips out. Right shoulder forward, left hip forward. Push through your left heel. Back of the head and the arms on the wall. So I'm going to say that again. I don't want the right shoulder coming back into the wall. I want it on the wall, though. Technically, I don't want anybody to move right now. Technically, top of the tower mat. Some of y'all move back a little bit. Beaker watch you at the top of the tower. I'm not so picky. Push through your left heel. Push the hip out. Push the middle ribs out. But continue to get this opening as you bring the chin up and bring the arms back. Right shoulder stays forward. Push the hips out a little bit further. You already thinking about awkward series? Come back up to center position. Chin up, arms back, stretch up, glue your palms. Everybody get the grip tight. Pull with the left arm, press your hips out. Keep your left shoulder forward and right hip forward this time. Left shoulder forward. So you can't care at all visually how far down you come. Like zero. You just can't, zero. You want to feel, we're caring about quality. You're lifted, you're locked out, you're aligned to the mirror, and you're feeling the stretch. All down the right side of the body, heel to hip, hip to fingertip. Continue to get this, there's this opening as you're lifting the chest and tucking the left shoulder under. There's this opening feeling. There you go that I want you to get. Now lock the left arm out to lock the right arm out and pull the right side of the body long. Stay in breath. Don't anticipate release. And come back up to a center position. Just stay here. Bring your chin up and arms back and squeeze the palms tightly together. We're not doing a back bend. You're looking in the front mirror, you're locking your arms out, trying to cut the blood supply off to your arms, they're so tight. Exhale, straight arms to your side. And release the posture completely. Start with your face and your jaw. Release the posture completely. And when you think you have, find another layer, another level, and let it go. And when you think you have, let it go. A series, inhale the arms out, back and up over the head, touch the palms, look up, stretch up. Swan dive, chin away from the chest, flat back together, move with exhale, please. Let's find flow. Halfway lift, it's a long, slow flow though, right? Step or jump back, lower, slow flow together to chaturanga. There's lots of time. Fire your core, please. Inhale, pull forward as far as you can, look back as far as you can, shoulders down and back. Exhale, over the toes you go. And you shouldn't really have to think about tucking the toes. You just kind of roll over them as you push the hips back and push the heels back. Eventually, it's kind of organic. A series, soften the knees, look out ahead of you. Step, jump, lift hips, land, falling forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Deeper to forward fold. Come up, inhale, right up with breath, no rounding, everybody up. And swan dive coordinated together with the exhale to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Step or jump back, lowering with me, with our flow. Come to chaturanga together, then hold it just for a moment. Stay there. Up dog, inhale, perfect flow. Exhale over the toes. Perfect flow, guys. Just perfect. B series, soften the knees, look out ahead of you. Step or jump between the hands. Halfway lift, lengthens the spine, release the sacrum. Deeper to forward bend. Inhale, come up. Okay, sit down into a chair, everybody. Lift the chest up a little bit higher. Look up, go up. Spread your fingers nice and wide. So sit way down. Push the buttocks back behind you. That was kind of interesting. So I'd like everybody to sit a little lower, lift the chest up a little bit higher as you ease your way into the posture. Low center of gravity. I like to feel like my tailbone is weighted with lead, and I really do want that, whether you like it or not, duck butt. I want you to push your butt back behind you and lift your chest up like you're trying to make a duck butt. That comes from Bikram's right-hand person. Exhale, forward fold, who recently passed. Halfway lift, inhale. Step or jump back, eyes in the front mirror as you lower together. We have that nice flow here. Let's hold. Inhale, pull forward, look back. Exhale, I'm pushing the pace just a little tiny bit. So if you think I am. Just a little bit to keep you together. And it's working, so we're going to continue to. Inhale the right leg up. Lunge the right foot, drop the left heel, and move with your inhale to warrior one. I was going to make you guys do that three-legged dog again if it wasn't in flow, but that flow was really nice. Right hip forward, left hip back. Back leg bonded. Let's start there. I want your hips, I want as much of an angle as you can have on your back left foot, to be honest. As you can, having the hips square beautiful to the front mirror and not any pressure on your knee. We don't want a lot of lateral pressure on your knee joint. Bring your hands together, palms together. You have been practicing, but that's not how I do it. Squeeze your elbows. Get your palms tight, cross your thumbs and look up. Cross your thumbs and look up. She's got you practicing yoga, huh? You think that was going to happen? That's what I want, but the palms are tight from here. When I do it, my palms are tight from here. You can do it. Exhale, warrior two. Straight arms over the legs. Take some space. That's a modification around here. Have hands shoulder width. I teach these postures as close to source as I know, with very few exceptions. Close to source, we have hands together, looking up. Big back bend, though. We don't want the big back bend. We want to lose that big back bend. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2 is a strong athletic yoga posture. Make it that. Bring the right thigh all the way parallel to the floor. Be very clear, I do not care how many postures you complete in your yoga class this morning. This is your best example of warrior two, doing no harm. We're not ripping the door off the hinges, but this is not a stamina competition. Maximum benefit comes from your best in each and everything you do today. Turn your palms up, keep the squeeze, and reach forward. So in these holds, we've got to settle into the big muscle groups. I don't mean rest when I say that. I mean settle into the squeeze. Settle into the breath supporting the posture. Reverse the posture, keep both shoulders on the wall as you reach space down the right side, reach compression down the left side. Make sure your knee is tracking over your toes. Tight hips, you just have to be aware of it. It's kind of like the foot wanting to pivot in and standing bow. Tight hips, you just have to not let it. You're not on your wall, though. Lift your chest up. Bring your whole body onto the wall. So you had, I'll show you on the other side. And cartwheel to a plank, eyes in the mirror. Lower slowly, just find your flow. There's lots of time here. Up dog, inhale together. Downward facing dog. That was so much fun. Let's do the left side. Inhale the left leg up. Lunge the left foot, drop the right heel, inhale. Pretty good. Just moving on that breath count around here, guys. It's like a very, very simple dance. But part of what produces what I call the desired effect of the class is we're present with it. We're moving in flow. You're playing with the band, right? You're playing with the metronome, not without a metronome. When I learned to play the piano, I didn't learn with the metronome, and then when later I had to go back and learn, oh my God, is it a different deal when you get that little timing aspect in there, is it? It totally changed the whole ball game. I thought I could read music well. Exhale, warrior two. Turns out I can. Just took some practice. Make it big, squeeze the heels, bond to your back leg. It's a different deal, folks, when you're in time. You don't have time to make mistakes. You don't have time for fussy, messy transitions. It's just boom, boom, clean posture to clean posture. This is looking way better on the side from everybody here, guys. Bond to your back leg. If you have a regular practice, almost everybody does here, bond to your back leg. And if you lock it, it feels like it wants to be bigger if it needs to be bigger. Your body will tell you. Perfect, perfect. Turn your palms up, reach forward over the left leg, keep pulling back. Interesting class today. Keep the squeeze. They're all interesting, right? Beautiful bases. Work those beautiful bases, folks. I just can't put more emphasis on it. Work your beautiful bases, work your breath. Reverse the posture. There's no exception to that I can think of in asana that you're not just the base. Just stretching after that. Standing and stretching. Watch that knee bowing in. Knee. So again, we got to be careful of the knee bowing in. I'm watching some people do it really badly. Tight hips, it wants to bow in. You just have to be aware of it and let it track over toes. And cartwheel to a plank. Beautiful. Eyes off floor, lower slowly, move forward. Let's get good chaturanga here, please. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Over the toes you go. But we're having fun now, though. That's what's important. Inhale the right leg up. Lunge the right foot, drop the left heel. Warrior one. Don't compromise the integrity. Warrior three. There is no gaze change to the floor in Warrior 3 unless you have really serious stuff going on with your neck. Arms up. If it isn't healthy for your neck, you don't do it. Laser pointer on your third eye. You're right. You need to rotate your hip down and lift the leg. You're correct. Arms up. Keep stretching it out. Now is when you're to turn. Steve, beautiful. Lift your leg. Lift the chest. Lift the arms. Everybody's working hard here. Warrior 1. Step back. Absolutely beautiful. You don't know how good that was. Bring your heel up, hip forward, square the hips to the front of the yoga room. Anjaneyasana it's called. It's a lunge. I was going to do something different there. I was going to bring you into balancing early, but those Warrior 3s were just such an excellent hold, guys. I didn't want to do anything to mess with it. Keep it simple. Everything else is so perfect. This needs to be 2 hands shoulder width. Not leaning. Feel this down. Change. Prayer to the heart. I think that's all we're going to do today, folks, but give me a nice lunge. This is nice. Heel over the ball of the foot. Back leg lock. Hip square. Bandhas. Beautiful, beautiful, and beautiful, everybody. Beautiful lunges. Hold it. Pull back a little on your right heel here and really squeeze the quadricep on the left leg against the bone. Make it burn. Now sit down a little lower. When I was a kid, we'd bring the knee over the toes in this posture. It's a straight line heel to hip the way I learned it, like a side angle. That's really what I like if you have healthy knees. You're doing it. Inhale the hands up, looking in the mirror. Hands on the floor, move down and forward with flow, not with haste to chaturanga together. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. We're moving energy, folks. From my experience, it's extremely vivid. You guys are moving a lot of energy in this room. I want you to feel it too. I do think you get more benefit by being aware of it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand it, but I think by being aware of it, you get more benefit from it. Soak it up. The prana in this room right now is incredible, folks. We have some really high energy people in here. Soak it up. If you need it, it's here. And when you feel like you have it to give, let it radiate from you, because we're all kind of giving and taking. Does that make sense? We all need it sometimes in our giving. It's Kriya, right? It works because we're in it together. Inhale the left leg up. Let's be strong here. Lunge the left foot, drop the right heel. Get nice tight warrior ones. So this is one of those, you got to be determined and lift the heavy weight postures. Don't change the gaze. Outside knuckle of thumb is your gaze. Lift and reach to warrior 3. The body follows the eyes. You drop the gaze, you drop the arms, you drop the chest, you drop the leg, everything drops. Look up, lift up. So I want your laser pointer out of your index fingers on your third eye drishti, not on your chest, your chin, or your nose. Beautiful. Now be determined to stay strong and stay tight. You can't come out of it. Stretch longer, lift high. You're right there. Be determined now, please. Be determined now. You did it on the other side. Warrior 1, step back. Wow, that's a good hold. And turn it into a lunge. It's just a really nice hold, guys. Settle into your lunge. No mistakes. There's no mistakes. Your best version. I'd bring my feet a little wider and square the hips a little more as you do. Perfect. Perfect and perfect. Oh, I got no corrections here, guys, in the front row. Prayer to the heart. That's not like me. I have no corrections there. Inhale the hands up. Let's find flow together. Hands on the floor, move down and forward. I was presuming you did bring your knee forward. Come forward, please. Chaturanga. Let's stay in flow. Up dog. Inhale. Too much thinking, no good. Exhale, down dog. Sometimes we just got to move you along. There's too much thinking. You just got to move you right back into flow, is really the truth of it. Triangle on the right leg. Inhale the right leg up. Lunge to the right foot, left heel 45 degrees. Straighten both legs as you lift, lengthen, and rotate open. So I really recommend you look at the tip of the thumb on the floor and follow it up. That's your drishti the whole time. Right now it should be your drishti. As you spread the fingers, lifting up out of your bottom shoulder. As much weight really as you can get in your left leg, equally distributed at least is where we want it. Lift through your back left thigh and push the knife edge of the foot in the floor to do it. You don't want to just hang out in your right leg. The adductor does not like a lot of pressure on it here. A lot of kinesiologists don't like this posture. I love it. You got to lift up out of the right leg though and make it active. You can't lean into it. And rotate the left hand down. Come out of that cleanly, please. Square the hips and shoulders to the front of the yoga room. Lift the chest so the back is flat. Hips square, lift the chest so the back is flat. Take your right ankle with the left hand and reach straight up. This is one of the most important postures in your yoga sequence to me, folks. The rotated triangle pose. Bring your chin into the shoulder. Kristen Leeson, pop it under, lift up. Let's get that full bow feeling here. There it is. That's such a huge difference right there. I hope Dustin got that. Lift up out of the bottom shoulder. Look at that beautiful posture. That's good. Lift up out of your bottom shoulder more, though. Don't lean into it. And rotate. Excellent, everybody. Regina, real nice today. Come into balancing airplane pose. Ekapada Dekasana, just move into it. Open half moon. Lift to balancing airplane. Rotate. Airplane. Warrior one, right foot forward. That's a super well-trained yoga room right there, guys. I can't do that in just a room with anybody here. Warrior two, open it up. Boom, boom. Oops, right foot forward. Just switch your feet. Switch your feet. That's all. Just switch. That's okay. That's why I'm here some days. That's not a good warrior two for you at all, though. Is this what they're letting you do in wherever you are? Huh? Come on, sit down. This is not a good posture for you. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Lift the chest. Push the knee back with the elbow. Practice does not make perfect. It drives me nuts when people get really well trained, and then you have to stick to your present level of perfection, folks. Bind or half bind. And you've got to discern what's true and what's not. When you with yoga teachers, with whatever it is, there's so many different versions of everything right now, right? You've got to make your own decision what's true. Bring your knee forward. This needs to be just bigger. Everything bigger, more supported. I'm picking on you for a reason. Extend. Stay with me. Don't go elsewhere. I don't know where you went, but it was not there. Push back to big warrior two, please. So present with your warrior two. Make it big. Present with your breath. Present with practicing your very best example of a warrior two pose. Sit down into it more. Come on down. Joe, come on down into it. There. Feel it? And cartwheel to a plank. You got to standardize that. No one's going to tell you that but me. Left hand to center. Stack the right foot on top of the left and rotate the right hand up. So you've been well trained to a point that your teachers probably don't really know what to do with you, and they're probably trying to make it seem like they do. I don't know. But you've got to be responsible for your own yoga practice. You've been really well trained. Advance the posture if you want to advance the posture. I've gone into lots of trainings in life where I've gotten there and figured out I knew more than the person I was supposed to be learning from. It's happened in multiple different situations in my life. And they're supposed to be really good. Push the hips up and it's like, well, I know more than this guy. Lift the leg up, so what? That just reaffirms what you know. Rotate back to a plank. And if it's even a little thing at that point that you learn, then it's that little thing you're looking for. If there's one little thing you can get out of it, lower slowly, move your body forward. That's all it is sometimes, is that one little thing. Inhale up, dog. Exhale, down dog, or getting somebody to look at something from a different perspective. The same thing. We're just looking at it from a different perspective. But we are having fun now. Triangle on the left, inhale the left leg up. Let's do it. Lunge the left foot, right heel 45 degrees, straighten both legs, lift, lengthen, and rotate open. Lift up out of the bottom shoulder. We got a perfect environment today, folks, to me. Lift your upper back onto the wall, chin into the shoulder. So there's a lifting and a lengthening, but there's this locking it in with a good grip on the left arm thing that creates that nice bow. From middle ribs, I want you to rotate open. From middle ribs and then reach straight up. So I want you to grab onto your ankle. Grab onto even a little bit lower. Reach even lower down to the top of your foot. That's better. And rotate the right hand down. Square the hips and shoulders to the front of the yoga room. Lift the chest so the back is flat. Take your left ankle with the right hand and look up, reach up. Tuck the right shoulder under. So I'll push away from the floor with my right arm a little bit as I reach up through my left middle rib cage with my left arm. The idea eventually is to bring both arms onto the wall. So keep tucking the right shoulder under as you look up and lift up. Bring the chin right in. Now go for it. Last part, like a big standing bow. Get right into that last part of it by lifting up and reaching up. Big difference. Rotate the left hand down. Guys, that's a big difference there at the end. Move into balancing airplane pose, please. Just do your work today. That's all. No judgment of it. Do your work today. Open half moon. Airplane. You got to get that back bend out of there, Caroline. Bring your leg down. You still got a big back bend. Rotate. Lift the heavy weight. Airplane. That's so standardized and mechanical there, guys. Just as a room, beautiful job. Keep lifting, keep lifting. Nice, Victoria. Warrior 1. Warrior 2, exhale. That's a nice warrior 1, though, but boom, now it's warrior 2. Too much process, Jennifer. Come on down into it. Jennifer, come on, give me some space. Bigger, bigger. You just gave me a perfect warrior 2 a moment ago. Let's see it now. Thank you. Left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Yesterday's prayers aren't any good today. So pushing the knee back with the elbow as you lift the chest. This can be a great hip opener if you have tight hips like me. And just be patient in your extended posture. Really get space through the arms, through the elbows, through the shoulders. And bind or half bind if you did it on the other side. Keep the squeeze. Keep not collapsing the posture, keeping your torso lifted. If you are supporting it, it is as little as possible, as much as necessary. Mike, nice. Push your knee back a little more with your elbow maybe. There, lift the chest. That's really perfect. Extend if you're bound. No, you're perfect. You're perfect. Press back to warrior 2, big warrior 2s. Take space. Bigger. Tim, give me a good warrior 2. Lift your chest up. Your knees coming over your toes. Let's track it over there. And now come on back with me like I'm pulling you back. Now sit down. You feel it wants to be bigger? And cartwheel to a plank. That's all I want you to feel is that it wants to be bigger. Lower slowly. Find your exhale together to chaturanga. Oops. Come on back up. Right hand to center. Stack the left foot on top of the right. Rotate the left hand up. I was actually thinking that I didn't do it because you guys were pretty cooked on the other side. I'm surprised I did. I'm very, very present with what we do. I'm not thinking about the past. That's kind of life in general. Advance. I think the past should be left in the past. We can learn from it. Open up, but not be stuck in it. Lift the hips up, fall back if you want to fall. Close your mouth, breathe through your nose. And rotate to a plank. I just figured out what it is. And lower slowly, move the body forward, move the body forward. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Hero pose, whether you need it or not. Or Sukhasana, or legs out in front of you. But let's have a clean transition here, whether you need it or not. Feet and knees, heels together, hips on the heels. Same thing we did, how we started class, guys. And sit with your legs crossed if this isn't good for your knees, please. It's a posture. Close your eyes. So just like we started class with Ujjayi, now I'd like you to do a different form of pranayama. I'd like you to make your breath as slow and shallow and relaxed and as effortless as possible. I'd like you to bring your heart rate down as low as possible in this moment. And I'm even going to tell you how I'd like you to do it. There are different ways to do it, but the way I'd like you to do it today is I would like you to actually picture, what does it feel like when your breath is slow and shallow and relaxed and your heart rate is slow? Not what does the mind think it feels like. What does it feel like in your body when your breath gets really slow and shallow and easy? Some of you have heard me tell this story before, but I'm going to tell you anyway. When we opened up the very first ashram, there are a lot of people here that were here for this, in fact, experience. I didn't teach anywhere there's a few months that it took us longer than we thought to build it out, and I wasn't teaching anywhere. And when I opened up my classes, this guy, he's probably one of the best male students I've ever had up to that point. After when I don't know, third class back, maybe he came up to me and he goes, Gary, you know what it is that's different about you? You expect the best of me every time I come here. He'd been going to all these different facilities. You expect the best of me. And I knew what his best was. I never really looked at it like that before. Sean, remember Sean? Then he ran off with my girlfriend. True story. It's good for the team. Some of y'all remember that whole thing. Standing pose. I do expect the best of you every time you come here. I want you all to expect the best of yourselves too. But I'd never really looked at it from that perspective. It's that simple. And I know what your best is if you're a regular student, and I hold you to your present level of perfection. That's right now. That's not yesterday. That's not tomorrow. Your present level of perfection. That's who and what you are right now. Eagle pose. Inhale the arms over there. Touch your palms together. Locked out arms. Good tight grip. Right arm under the left arm. Bring your hands into a prayer. Thumbs in front of the face or interlace. Arms down. Elbows down. Sit down deep into a chair pose. Push your butt back. Lift your chest up. And bring the right leg up and over. I just realized that we're recording this class. I got to watch the stories I tell now, don't I? Sit down a little bit deeper. It's a duck butt. Beautiful. Lift the chest up. I want a solid center of gravity, low center of gravity here. So you're lifting the chest into the posture. You don't have any idea how good you're doing. This is just really impressive. Sit down now. And don't care about wrapping the foot, care about lifting your chest up. Lift your chest up. So you're trying to do too much. Does that make sense? This is all I want you to do. This is all I want you to do. Right? And change. Come back up. Inhale the arms up. I'm pretty good at this. I'll teach you if you come. Left arm under the right arm. Arms down, elbows down. Keep it simple. Sit down. It doesn't matter if the foot wraps or not, so get that out of your head right now. Duck butt. Sit way down. Thighs parallel. Now keep your chest up. Don't move your shoulders and bring the left leg up and over. You can't move your shoulders. And if you move them anyway, it's up, lifted through the chest, but you're still not thinking about moving the shoulders. You're lifting your chest. Nice correction, Claudia. That was a really, really big correction you just did. Now ease your way now into it. Victoria's down into it. Caroline's down into it. Come on down to it. Allie, beautiful as always. Stay there. Wow. Change. That'd make a nice photo of the three of you there. Inhale your arms up. Relax your arms to your side. Tempted to see a second set just because it was so good, folks. Left hand on the left hip, left leg locks. Bring your right knee up nice and high. Hook the big toe or interlace around the shin. If there is struggle, if there is force, you're not in a CrossFit class, you're not in a martial arts class, this is a yoga class, sit the fuck down. Extend your right heel forward to the front mirror. Sometimes it drives me nuts, man. I see people, they're wobbling and waving. That is not what this is about. Bring it out to the side. As soon as there's resistance, as soon as there's struggle, you are not maximizing your benefit from the yoga practice. Everybody needs to understand that. Gaze change. Why are my black belts looking forward? Gaze back, soften the knee as you come back. You have to soften the knee. If you straighten the leg, you'll pull your chest forward. Base. Take your left hand, reach over the top of the right knee or outside of the foot. You can set it down and pick it back up if you want to, but if you do, pick it right back up. Turn your head, turn the body, and extend the arm and leg. Look over your right shoulder, balancing twist. This used to be a bread and butter posture around here, folks. We got to bring it back. It's a great posture. So Macklin, just go for it. You're wanting it to be easier than it is. Lift your arm up, lift your leg up, and get into it. Fall getting into it. Come back to center position. You guys have a nice little groove here today. Standing pose. Right hand on the right hip, right leg locks. Pick up the left knee nice and high. Hook the big toe or interlace around the shin. Extend chest up. You got to get your chest up all the way. Extend the left heel forward. Criteria for hooking the big toe is can you maintain Tadasana through the torso? Shoulders. I'd soften my knee up a little bit, Regina, and lift your chest up. Bring it out to the side. We don't care if you straighten the leg. I care about Tadasana through torso. So again here, caring about Tadasana through torso. We're lifting into the posture, keeping shoulders square. Gaze change for my advanced students. There has to be a gaze change here, guys. That needs to be standardized for y'all. I shouldn't have to tell you. Gaze back, soften the knee to come back. For almost everybody, you pull the shoulder forward. Base, standing pose. Oops, reach over the top of your left knee. Thank you, Perla. Was that Perla? Reach over the top of the knee. Turn your head. Turn the gaze. It's like hearing my baby cry. That's Perla. Bring your chin over the shoulder, Perla. Look back. You have to look back at your thumb. Lift both arms up high and look back at your thumb. All the way back, all the way back, all the way back. Cloudy, lift both arms like standing bow. Come into a big standing bow here. Think like standing bow. Arms up, chest up. Soften the knee to come back to center. I think just like standing bow in that. Standing pose. Left hand reaches to the ceiling. Right elbow on the right hip. Palm faces up. Bring the right hand straight back behind you. Pick up the right ankle from the inside without twisting the wrist. Touch your knees together. Bring the knee in tightly. Let's do it, Victoria. Kick straight back, reach straight forward, big standing bow. Some people come because they know I expect the best of them. How many people are in the room because of that? A lot of y'all. Chest up. This is your best bow in this moment. How much energy are you willing to put into your best bow? Because you're really kicking as hard as you can kick in standing bow. You can't go any deeper. So kick so hard you can only fall forward and lift your chest up. Kick. That's a good posture. That's stuck. Now come out, keep your leg locked, leg lock, leg lock, leg lock, base leg lock, knee back, shoulder back, knee back, standing pose. Joe, did you miss me yelling at you? Right hand reaches up, left elbow on the left hip. You know what I'm talking to. You bring the left hand back behind you, pick up the ankle from the inside. They just don't know where your best is. Bring your knees together, that's just the bottom line. And open up the shoulders, kick back, reach forward. Open the shoulders first. I want more of a bow right away. You know where you're going to go, so you're kind of leaning down, anticipating it, and I want you to let the bow bring you into the posture. It's just a little different feeling. So make the bow sooner. Both hands high, kicking the shoulder up behind you. It's a strong reach, but you're kicking so hard, you can only fall forward. There's no option. Just kick that shoulder up and back behind you. You've got to really open the shoulder up and open the chest up to get that bow. And come out nicely, lift and reach for base. Reach, you got to reach for your base. Nice. Standing pose, that was good. Come to the back of the towel or mat, looking in the front mirror. Inhale your arms over the head. Interlace the fingers. Extend the index fingers. Cross the thumbs. Chin up, arms back. Step forward on your right leg. Bring your left foot up off of the floor and pivot. 10-second hold. One set of a 10-second hold. Why in the world is he doing this right now? Lift up, long and strong, long and strong, long and strong, long and strong. Allie, beautiful. Change, come back up, step the right leg back, lock it out here, good. Step forward on the left leg. This is all we're doing, right foot up, and pivot, long and strong. Lift your arms up, arms up. Now stay really strong like a board here. Lift more into it, breathe into it. Arms up, Jamie. Arms up, Jamie. Change, come back up. Step the left leg back. Bring your arms to your side. Dead body pose. There's a natural tendency for all things to settle down. There's an innocent intent to surrender, but that's all it is. An innocent intent. Through process, we experience dead body pose. Kriya Yoga, surrender. Union with the deathless self. If your eyes are closed, slowly open the eyes. It's the same God on both sides of the grave, folks. Inhale your arms over that, flex your feet back, cross the thumbs, same side of the bottle, the needle, the anything else. Dive for the toes, double pump, double exhale. Lie down on your stomach, spinal strengthening. This is called a Cobra series, and we're going to kind of move right through it. So we got that same nice flow that we had in our standing series. That means in and out. That means the transitions are important. We just want to move in and out of postures cleanly. And setup's important. So lock your legs, arms closed, elbows high, exhale through the nose, push the feet into the floor, lock them please. Inhale, pull up. So zip your legs up. You're squeezing them together and straightening them out to squeeze the knees together. Bring your feet all the way together here, unless you got low back stuff going on I'm not aware of. Exhale, pull up into it. Everybody, inhale into your back bends. Inhale up, inhale up, inhale up. And down slowly. Left ear on the ground, look right. I've kind of been everywhere today. Arms at your side, palms up, dead body pose. And right back naturally, organically, into that nice settled energy we've created. We just in and out of it. Chin flat on the floor. Let's move with flow. Set up the same posture right down to a good cobra's tail. This time slide the heels of your hands back to your hips, all the way to your waistline. Squeeze your legs together, make your cobra's tail, and on inhale, push your chest up and lift your thighs up. Push your chest up high enough the shoulders and elbows are the same height. Lock the legs and lift the legs up high. Everything up off the ground but your pelvic girdle and hands. So it's a solid push with triceps. Legs up, squeeze them till they shake. Let them shake, Jackie. Lift them up, lock them out. And down slowly. You've been missed around here. Right ear on the ground, look left, dead body pose. Chin flat on the floor. Pick up the hips. Bring your arms beneath the body so the palms are facing down and the elbows are all the way beneath the body. Look in the front mirror. Relax your left leg. Lock the right leg like a lamp post and pick up the locked right leg. Lifting the leg without lifting the hip. There's still a bit of weight from the hip on your wrist or hand, back of the hand right now, and I really want it locked out. Feeling space out of the hip and the low back. Bring the right leg down, relax the right leg, lock the left leg like a lamppost and pick up the locked left leg. No bend, squeezing the quad against the bone. Like I'm pulling you back out of your hip. You want to feel that space through hip, through low back. Stay with my breath, please. Stay with breath here, please. And bring the left leg down. Bury the face in the towel, move your hands closer to the knees, elbows closer towards each other. Move them closer. Make your body a board, and on inhale, cobra's tail. Push both legs together up off of the ground. Push with your upper back strength, both legs up, and just keep pushing, and keep breathing, and keep pushing, and keep breathing. Everybody push it up, wait forward, down slowly. Left ear on the ground, look right. Trying to remember how many people in this room remember the old when we first opened the studio. There are 5, 6 people in the room right now, maybe 7, that remember that period where we didn't have a yoga studio for a while, where I was in between working for other people and opening the ashram. There's a lot of people in this room right now. That's 23 years ago. It's pretty good. We've stayed together. Chin flat on the floor. Hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. It's just so unique what we do together, guys. Most of you figured that out. Lock the legs and on inhale, everything up. Let's do it. Boom. It is so unique. Squeeze your legs. Make your cobra's tail. Get the bend out of the legs. All the way squeeze them. Make them shake. Bring your arms out to the side. Legs up, please. Legs up. Legs up. If you think it's you, it's you. Hands out in front of you, shoulder width. The feet come to hip width. Inhale up. Everything. Heart and feel up. Everybody up. Keep working your heart and feel, please. And down slowly. Nice, Steve. Right ear on the ground. Look left. So you're done. It's dead pose now. Just like that. Dead pose. The dust will settle very quickly if you allow it to, folks. If you keep stirring it up, it doesn't. You can't keep stirring it up. Let it settle down. Chin flat on the floor. Bend the knees, bring your heels to the hips, grab your feet, thumbs of the fingers 2 inches below the toes. Feet, knees, heels 6 inches apart. Press your low abdomen to the floor and kick straight up to the ceiling. Big bow pose.
So when you hear bow, you get a good grip, and you're going to kick as hard as you can kick, unless there's injury issue. Kick it up, pick it up. So moving the weight forward. I want most everybody to try to bring the weight further forward into their tummy a little bit. Bring the pelvic girdle up. That's it. Now look up, go up. I want you forward. So I want you forward, 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 forward. Keep your grip. Actually, that's perfect. I can't tell by looking. Come down slowly. That's actually perfect. Right ear on the ground, look left. Excuse me, left ear on the ground, look right. Thank you, Claudia. Chin flat on the floor. Let's finish it. Bend the knees, heels to the hips. That's all you need there. Grab your feet. If you're going to do it, grab your feet. Feet, knees, heels 6 inches apart. Don't think. No time to think. Push your low abdomen into the floor and kick straight up. There's no time to think around here by design. So you go to that hard end feel in the second set, and then what can you do to work that hard end feel? It's more active, it's more energy, it's more power, and this bows take everything. Your heart rate's going to go up, your thighs are going to burn. Look up, lift up, keep driving the weight forward. Wherever you are, keep thinking forward and up, forward and up. Stay in it, please. Please stay in it here. Down slowly. Right ear on the ground, look left. Happy baby pose. Ananda Balasana. Bottoms of the feet are flat to the ceiling, ankle joints stack over the knee joints. As wide as you can separate your legs, stacking the joints is where I want you. And then pull straight down. It is important you're pulling it a straight down, ankles over knees position, and not with the ankles wider than the knees, because that's an inward angle. It's got to be straight down. So some of your ankles are wider than your knees right now. If you think that's you, please correct it. And then it's knees down to the floor is what we're looking for. Pull your knees down to the floor as far as you can, keeping the joint stack. Then you can kick into it. But not straightening the legs, flattening the back from the base of the neck all the way down to your tailbone, your coccyx. And release the tension first from the posture. Stretch your legs out, arms at your side. My body loves that posture. Dead body pose. I can get that into my sacrum. I've got really tight hips, tight thighs. I do feel it a lot there, but if I kick, I can get it into my sacrum, but it becomes this extremely active posture. Let's finish it strongly, please. Just take a moment. Reestablish your intent, your interest in your yoga sequence. This is the energy we're going to take into our final dead pose, folks. Inhale your arms over there. Flex your feet back, cross the thumbs. Dive for the toes. Double pump, double exhale. Come to the top of the towel, Ustrasana, camel pose. Standing on the knees, feet, knees, and heels are 6 inches apart. Fingers down, thumbs outside, lift through the thighs. Look back, go back. So inhale into your back bend. Inhale, you're going to draw the low abs in as you inhale into the chest technically and as you go back. It's kind of coordinated. There's no reason you have to force through this, Regina. There's no reason in the whole wide world. Look back, go back. And she says, yes, there is. I'm tough, and I can do it. That's why I'm doing it. Look back, go back. Reach back if you want to reach back. It's in your practice if you want to reach back. So if you're done, just turn around and lie down. Don't sit there thinking about it. That's you. Turn around, lie down. When you're done, be done. Come back up, supported. When you're done, be done. Hips to heels. Dead body pose. So I'm looking for a clean transition from everybody in the room, just like up dog to down dog there. It's pretty good. I hold rooms like these Saturday morning classes to an extremely high standard. Guys, you're really, we have a lot of really sharp people around here. You guys come to work hard, and you're good at this. You're experienced at it. You know what you're doing, folks. So I just told you guys to a super high standard. Be your own teacher, but show up. Your best practice is what gives you 100% benefit. It's not just showing up. It's your best work today, whatever that best is today. Another big back bend of your choice, camel pose, wheel pose. But I can't, if I've got a class full of beginners, I can't teach this class. I have to tell people how to practice dead pose, and if you're watching on video, there's all kinds of videos how to do that. Push the hips up, push the chest forward, but when you all know how to do it, I just kind of keep you together and keep you honest. Walk your feet way up, way up, way up. Push the hips up, push the chest forward. Push the hips up, push the chest forward. Now keep driving. And just keep driving and stay in your breath. As long as you want to stay in your back bend, you're welcome to today. Breath is support. Breath is support. Come back out supported if you haven't. There we go. Back release. Back release of your choice. I used to have set back releases we do, and I was doing my own yoga one day, and I figured out I need something a little different every day. Your bodies are all completely different. Your bones are shaped different. Your joints are shaped different. Where you need the release might be a different place than I do right now. And come into shoulder stand pose. And for me, like I said, it's a little different every day. I need a little different release. Sarvangasana, shoulder stand pose, please. Doing shoulder stand pose before plow pose. There are sequences, systems that do it differently. Doesn't make any sense to me to do it differently for a couple of reasons. One is you don't do a deeper posture and then come out of it. Plow is a deeper posture than this is for the neck and through the shoulders. So we're draining deoxygenated blood right now from the legs to the heart. We're going to drain to the head. Bikram-based yoga. Give you a little energy for after class. And we want that throat lock. So you're lifting the chest, you're lifting the hips up to the ceiling, heels to the back wall, and bring your chest to your chin to create that throat lock. Not chin to chest, it's chest to the chin to create the throat lock. And Halasana, the plow pose. Feet forward to the front mirror floor. Point your toes and walk them as far forward as you want to. A nice stretch on the neck is good here. It's good. Looks good today. And come down for twisted pose. Bring the right knee into the chest, left leg down. Come to seated twist. If you know you're not going to feel it on your back, please, and twist. There's 3 or 4 of you I would really rather see in seated twist. Nope, no takers today, huh? All right, that's okay. Does that mean you worked hard? Do I have a well-worked room? This is that damn integration series today, wasn't it? Well, Cloudy will get me on that later. 45-minute integration series? What the hell were you doing? It's all for you, sweetheart. And back to center position. And release the right leg down. Bring the left leg up. And twist. Giving you guys lots of fresh air in your backside of this class today, guys. We want to maximize benefit. This isn't about just putting you through the fire. We want to maximize benefits. There's lots of nice prana in the room right now, folks. That was one of my arguments where I learned to do hot yoga. It was just such an unhealthy environment to lie in bed in after class. Toxically hot. And we want that nice prana here. Back to center position. The heat is never here to hurt you. It's here to deepen your experience. Dead body pose. Deepen your experience mentally, physically, spiritually. What does that mean? What does that even mean? That probably means something different to everybody, doesn't it? To me, the spirit is your consciousness. Your heart. Never changed since your earliest child. Big and full. Everybody, big full lungs, please. Let go and fall. Into the gap. Into the dead pose. Where it is still. And you are whole. And there is only right now. And there is only love. To me, love and God are synonymous. To be still and peaceful really is our birthright, folks. We learn a lot of things that just aren't true down here. And we believe them. We all get gaslit and we all believe it. It is the truth. It's this simple. Namaste.